This is the weekly weather briefing for Tuesday, October 15th. My name is Greg Cook. I am a meteorologist with the National Weather Service office in Spokane, Washington. As always, forecasts are subject to change, so please check our website periodically this week for the most updated forecast. There is no high-impact weather to talk about for the next 7 to 10 days. The Pacific Northwest will likely experience a prolonged period of dry weather with light winds and near-average temperatures. Since the weather will be quiet for the next several days, we will take a few minutes to discuss the winter outlook and our precipitation status going into the winter. First, here is a look at the weather pattern through the middle of next week. There is very good agreement between the forecast models that a strong high-pressure center will remain anchored off the Washington coast for the next 7 to 10 days. The jet stream, denoted by the purple arrow, should direct most of the active weather into Alaska and far northern British Columbia during this time. For Washington and Idaho, this pattern produces dry weather and light winds. The 7-day forecast for Spokane reflects this dry and stable weather regime. Temperatures are expected to be near or slightly above average with low precipitation chances through early next week. The high temperature forecast is the solid red line, and the low temperature forecast is the solid blue line. The respective average temperatures for this time of year are in the dashed lines. This dry weather pattern has the potential to persist for quite a while. The 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center is calling for a good chance of below average precipitation and above average temperatures. This outlook is valid for October 23rd through the 29th. Since there is very little exciting weather to talk about in the short term, we will take a couple of minutes to discuss the outlook for this winter. The official National Weather Service winter outlook is issued by the Climate Prediction Center. Forecasters rely heavily on El Niño and La Niña to produce the winter outlook. This graph shows the ocean temperature in a region of the Pacific off the South American coast. The solid line denotes the observed ocean temperatures since last fall. The colored lines are the various computer forecasts, and the dashed line is the average of these computer forecasts. There is a high spread in the forecast through next spring, which is not unusual, but the majority of the computer simulations project an anomaly on the warm side of neutral through the winter months. The November through January outlook from the Climate Prediction Center uses the ENSO forecast and other considerations for the winter outlook. These graphics display the 3-month outlook for November through December. The precipitation outlook is for equal chances for wet and dry conditions for most of Washington, and a low chance for wetter than average conditions for the Idaho Panhandle. Much of the western United States is expected to be warmer than average. The warm forecast is largely based on a trend for warmer winters over the last couple of decades. Please remember that these outlooks are subject to change. Since ENSO neutral years can be highly variable, these outlooks probably don't carry a high degree of confidence. Let's quickly discuss the drought status over the inland Northwest. This map is an old drought monitor that was issued in early September. At that time, there was a moderate drought condition over central and southern Idaho Panhandle. A lot has changed in the last 4 to 6 weeks. This map shows the 30-day observed precipitation since September 15th. Between 2 and 5 inches of rain has fallen over the Idaho Panhandle in the last month. That is roughly 100 to 200% of normal. So the latest drought monitor reflects our recent wet weather pattern. Central and southern portions of the Idaho Panhandle have been removed from the drought monitor. In summary, this was a weather briefing about nothing. We are expecting no high-impact weather through early next week. There is no drought in the inland Northwest, and we are not expecting El Niño or La Niña this winter. So here is how you can stay informed and get the latest information from the National Weather Service. Go to our website, weather.gov/Spokane. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. As always, our forecasts are available 24 hours a day on NOAA Weather Radio. Thank you for tuning in to this weekly weather briefing.